Is Bakugo related to one for all second user? This theory has been spreading for so long. Let's break it down today. Spoilers ahead. Based on the spoilers for My Hero Academia 368, Deku will learn to control the second user's power as he fights All for One in the upcoming chapter. The Sacred Man will explain that his core grants the user the ability to exponentially increase his speed to the point where it seems like Deku is teleporting through the battlefield. Sadly, the power has a time limit of 5 minutes, after which the user might die. Fans will be able to see small particles appear around Deku while he uses the second quirk. These particles look eerily similar to the ones that surrounded Bakugo during his fights with Shigaraki. That apart, they also increase the user's speed and cause strain on their heart, exactly like Bakugo's last attack against the white-haired villain. A large portion of the fandom has now started comparing the two instances, drawing similarities in how the powers were described and depicted. Many fans have concluded that this may be Horikoshi revealing that Bakugo has access to All for One as well as all other powers contained in the quirk. In My Hero Academia 363, Bakugo used the last remaining power he had to cause considerable damage to Shigaraki. He accomplished this feat by storing small amounts of nitroglycerin inside his sweat glands, which would cause small explosions all over his body. These tiny bursts were enough to increase both his speed and the power behind his attacks. Sadly, the chapter also revealed that this action was causing a massive strain on Bakugo's heart. If the battle continued, Katsuki would have likely either had a heart attack or its most vital organ would have exploded. Fans are convinced this is one of the reasons why his heart was in such a deplorable condition when Best Genius and Deadshot began trying to save his life. The quirk we will be able to see in action during the events of My Hero Academia 368 acts in a similar manner. Using the energy stored inside his body, Izuku's speed and strength are increased. These augments are called gears, which go from 1 to 5, with an additional mode called Overdrive. Each gear represents how much speed Izuku adds to his movements. However, this power also comes with a major drawback, similar to the one afflicting Bakugo during his most recent fight. The second user warned Deku that he could only use his quirk for 5 minutes. The boy would surely die if he exceeded that time, as his body would not be able to withstand the resulting strain. When looking at these two displays of power, the similarities between the two attacks became apparent. If he wanted to, Horikoshi could have given Deku a different looking quirk or drawn it in a completely alternative art style. The fact that the author decided to point out their similarities and depicted both in a similar style is almost a confirmation of Bakugo having access to All for One. If the theories about Bakugo having access to the second user's quirk depicted in My Hero Academia 368 are true, the story of the manga could completely change. We have already seen Bakugo use All for One alongside Deku in the Heroes Rising movie, which is considered canon in the manga continuity. Fans could see Katsuki make use of this power a second time in a future chapter of the manga. Horikoshi may be trying to set the stage for a battle between Izuku and Katsuki vs All for One during the climax of the manga. Such a battle would mark the first time the symbol of evil has to fight two different All for One users, which could prove to be more than he can handle.